Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include Kindergarten Closing Party, Grade 6 Annual Pizza Party, the Grade 9 Language Plays. These stories plus community events, the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack and more coming up after this.
In West Africa, when rain is scarce, crops fail, forcing rural people to move to cities in search of a means to provide for their families. With the help of USC Canada, villagers in northern Mali are fighting the pressure to leave with projects focused on market gardens, small credit schemes, and improved soil conservation methods. Help the people of Mali fight back against desertification and drought. Support USC Canada today.
On Tuesday, we were invited to the kindergarten year-end celebrations. This year, the kindergarten celebrations were planned a little different from previous years, for a couple of reasons. First, because now everyone is in one school, the gym schedule is quite full and couldn't be tied up for more than one evening. Second, parents and teachers thought the focus should be on the children's achievement and fun for them. The celebrations started with the presentations of certificates to the 12 kindergarten students. While the students were waiting for their lunch, they had a grand time running around playing with their friends. The children were served hot dogs, pop, and cookies, which they enjoyed very much. Florence Illiard made the cake in honor of the occasion. Ryan Randall and Tanya Mae Skinner, the youngest in the class, got the opportunity to cut the cake. Mrs. Vatcher then organized some games for the students, like Duck, 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 Goose, and Relay Race. Bubbles was another surprise that Mrs. Vatcher had for her students. It's the simple things that give pleasure. This statement is very true as far as the children are concerned. And the surprises weren't finished yet. An egg aunt concluded the kindergarten celebrations for 2001. Congratulations to all the students on their achievements. We know you enjoyed your day. Tuesday was the day for celebrations. The grade 6 class held their annual year-end pizza party on Tuesday of this week. Mr. Vatcher welcomed everyone to the celebrations, and Mrs. Benoit, principal of the A.J. Matthews Elementary School, gave her parting advice to these students as they prepared to leave the elementary school and enter high school. The first part of the evening was entertainment part for the parents and guests. Alicia Vatcher and Christopher LaFasse gave an overview of their school life at the A.J. Matthews Elementary School. Next was the presentation of scrolls. Then some of the grade 6 students were proud to show us their talents. Matthew Skinner and Melissa Billard sang Saltwater Joys. Alicia Vatcher, Shane Anderson, and Brittany McDonald sang Knock, Knock, Knockin' on Heaven's Doors. concluded the entertainment for the guests. The students then had a dance, and later in the evening, their parents served them pizza. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
Communication is the beginning of understanding, and understanding is the basis for problem solving. USC Canada believes communication should know no borders. A farmer's field in Ethiopia offers innovation for old problems in Nepal. A community seed bank in Bangladesh sparks ideas for one in Mali. All over the developing world, Canadians in global partnership, finding solutions that work.
On Wednesday of this week, we're invited back yet again to the school, this time for the grade 9 language plays. As part of their language program, these students had to do a complete performance themselves. They had to decide what plays to do, who was going to do what parts, costume design, props, and decide the times for practices. These performances were worth 50% of their final language grade. One group performed Brotherly Love. The other group performed The Monkey Paw. Here's a look at both plays.
Come on, we're lost!
No, we're not. This is a shortcut.
It's so short, it's taking us twice the time to get home.
We're just one turn away from found.
Look out!
Justin slammed on the brakes and skids to a stop inches from the man, who's obviously drunk and doesn't seem to really disclose call.
There's some change.
No, sorry, maybe next time.
This is the foundation of the world.
The next day, Trevor puts the experience of the day before out of his mind. After school, Russell comes over and the two go to church when they hang out. Trevor's mother and sister are in the kitchen.
Liza, sit table, please.
It's Trevor's turn.
He's studying with Russell.
Want a bit?
Trevor and Russell are in Trevor's room playing Nintendo.
Hey, did you write your chemistry midterm?
They're the same as my English midterm and my history midterm.
Well, maybe you passed algebra.
Nah, I'm going for a clean sweep.
Time for dinner, dweeb! I gotta go home.
Wait, let's just turn on the TV and see if the sports is on yet.
He blinks out the Nintendo and the news appears. On the screen, the image of a homeless man.
I guess you missed the sports.
Hey, that's what we always hit.
Get rid of this and hit the other play.
What should they have first? Get rid of it. This is the foundation of the world.
That's what he said to me. I told you it was the same guy. I wonder what that means.
Means he's crazy. Trevor, dinner's getting cold.
See you later.
So how was the game, Trevor?
Okay. But on the way home, I gotta walk straight in front of Justin's car.
I don't like you boys going to the city alone at night.
I think I saw him on the news.
Justin?
No, the guy. He was curled up on an eating crate at 5th and Galvin.
What was E on the news?
Because he's homeless. I can't believe nobody's trying to do anything to help.
There's not much you can do, Trevor. It's a really complicated problem.
It's heartbreaking. But you know, honey, some of those people don't even want help.
Oh, sure. You know, we have so much. We have to do something.
You did. That was them dweeb friends.
There, my boy. Got the thing.
Oh, you're deacon today, aren't you? Mean to say he's beaten you at last?
Certainly not.
Well, he's overlooked.
I said, let me have that back.
Not much. Rules of the game.
I don't hold to them scientific rules you play by. You turn my utterly innocent
Down to duty very weak, eh?
No, sir. Completely. But you can't borrow like it.
Thank you. That's good. That's better than the trenching that treated.
On Wednesday of this week, we spoke to Leslie French, nutritionist with the Health and Community Services Western, about why she was visiting our local Foodland store. Dr. Burgio, Leslie.
Thank you.
You were here last year doing a survey. What's the nature of your visit today?
It's the same thing. We're surveying the grocery stores in Newfoundland once every year to determine a nutritious food basket.
Okay, so you're doing the same thing as you were doing last year, which is gathering information about pricing and how much it costs to feed a family of 4.
That's right.
Okay.
We gather the same foods right across the province, a list of 63 foods, and then we determine, the Newfoundland Statistics Agency determines how much it costs to feed a family of 4 nutritiously.
Oh, okay. So what did you do with the information that you gathered last year?
Last year was just a test run to test the survey tool, and we had to make a lot of changes. It was adapted from a Health Canada survey, so we had to adapt it to incorporate the Newfoundland products.
Okay, so hopefully this year that the information that you're collecting will be published?
Yes, it's definitely going to be published. I don't know how widely distributed it's going to be.
Okay, so is there anything else you're doing here besides that, or that's the only reason for your visit?
That's the reason for my visit right now.
Okay. All right. So do you have any other information that you'd like to pass along to our listeners, or?
Recently, maybe people have heard in the media that there was a survey of all the schools in the province, and from feedback from that, what the schools are serving in their cafeterias. So we're hoping to use that information to help educate people and help the schools determine what types of foods they can serve in their cafeterias that would be more nutritious for our children. Because, as we know, the rate of obesity is going up in our children, the rate of inactivity, there's not a lot of physical education in these schools. So that combined with the foods they're eating.
Okay, so the young lady that was with you last year, she's obviously gone on to further studies?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, she's finished now, and I believe she was working at Grandpa's. I'm not sure where she is right
Okay, perfect. Well, that was nice. Well, thanks very much for speaking with us, and we look forward to seeing the results of your survey when they come out.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Stay with us for Off the Rack, the community events, and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
It takes community to heal a village. In northern Mali, USC Canada works with local partners to find community-based ways to ensure mother-child health, food security, and jobs. Canadian agencies are helping to renew and strengthen communities throughout the developing world. This means greater opportunities for global villagers. Canadians in partnership, finding solutions that work.
Off the Rack. This week, as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a tape of this year's grade 6 class during their kindergarten graduation. Let's look back to June 1995.
Thank you for coming here today. K-L-N-N-O. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. P-Q-R-S-T. We'll entertain you, wait and see. U-V-W-X-Y. Dancing and singing will give our best try. Seeing you here makes us so happy.
Good evening and welcome to the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. I'm Jennifer Marks. The winner of the Wolfpack Ball TV Bingo was Hazel James. Congratulations! The Outreach Employment Services Office is compiling a list of students seeking summer work. If you are a student seeking employment, please leave your name and telephone number at the outreach office. MHA Kelvin Parsons and his executive assistant Joanne Clark will be hosting a constituency clinic at the council chamber of the Burgeo Town Hall on Monday, June 11th from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Anyone wishing to make an appointment, please call Carol at 1-800-518-9479. In response to the number of Burgeo residents who don't have a proper resume, the Outreach Employment Office will be setting aside 1 week for the purpose of resume completion. If you are unemployed and seeking work and do not have a proper resume, this is your chance to have one completed. There's a limited number of appointments available, so call early at 886-3389. If your group or organization has an upcoming event planned, we'll be happy to advertise it for you. Just call the BBS office by Wednesdays of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday for a rebroadcast of Pansy's Garden. Join Pansy and the gang for 2 stories, a craft, and lots of fun on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night and God bless.